You can see this space here behind the nose on either side. I want to try and do something there so that the design flows along the bike and doesn't just stop abruptly. By using these hinge pieces, I'm able to fold a panel up into the space and use a tile to finish it off. You can see on the blue version how I've used more 1x2 bows to create a slightly different design. My idea for the repulsors is basically the same. Use hinge pieces, fold up the clip, and then I use transparent round pieces for the anti-gravity units. Behind that hinge is a space that doesn't do anything, which is always an opportunity to ask yourself if you can put a little detail there instead of just using solid bricks. Here I've used matching transparent studs to create a little engine detail. At the rear of the bike, I want to use the same design for the rear repulsor. I want it to be in line with the front one, so the first thing I do is build the repulsor and figure out exactly where to attach it so that it lines up. I feel like I want some exhaust-like features down the side. So next, I add some clips onto the side. You can see here that they're at the same height as the hinge. Lining them up will help the front of the bike integrate better into the rear. Before I build the exhaust though, I want to do the rear bodywork. I want the rear bodywork to be 1 stud wide, not 2. I think it will look more like a motorcycle that way. I built the rear section separately, then looked at how the two fit together. I need a 1x2 jumper plate to get it in the middle. You can see here that there's an empty gap underneath, so I'll add another transparent stud there for detail. Finally, I need to do the exhausts. Playing around with an assortment of stick pieces, I settled on a candlestick piece with a 1x1 round brick or cone on the end, depending on what bricks I have that match the colour scheme. To bridge the gap to the front of the bike, I used a lamp holder with a stud on the other side. The lamp holder can rotate to act as a safety restraint when in flight, and it can help with stability when rotated down if your design means that the bike isn't stable when you rest it on the floor.